fought the rest, now try the best!
So I've been holding off on this news update for quite some time, and I've just been gathering a lot of topics. So much stuff in here, things from big to small, to news, to reveals, to speculation, covering it all. For those of you who know, Tekken 6 and also Soul Calibur Broken Destiny was available on PlayStation through their Plus Pass membership whatever. But now you can go in and just buy each games for $10 a piece on PlayStation 4 and 5. So this is a good thing. I still don't know if it's the full version of Tekken 6 because I'm interested in playing through the scenario campaign. Of course, I've seen all the cutscenes and know the lore, but I want to experience it and see why you guys hold it so much higher than the Tekken 7 story mode. I want to experience that. Next, I want to talk about Super Hiro Aki. This person is a very famous artist within the FGC. They created so many great art for past fighting games, and they also created the art and the design for Harada in Tekken 8. When Yoshimitsu trailer dropped, they also confirmed that they did the design for Yoshimitsu as well. These two designs, in my opinion, is some of the most sauciest base designs in Tekken 8, and it's cool to see that they come from the same person. I just like to give credit to the artists and highlight them because I think that is such an incredible thing. We love the characters and their designs, but rarely is a spotlight shined on the person who put all the talent and effort into bringing that to life. On the topic of art, keep in mind that the Tekken series fan art campaign is still going on. You can use the hashtag, submit your art, and if it's good enough, it will be added to the game either as a panel or some other unique idea that the developers come up with. They give us a look at the 3 new characters, Reiners, Aquamarine, and Sanchez. These panels is fire. Also, the demo. A lot of people were confused about this. PlayStation went available first, and then Xbox and Steam is being available on the 21st. And there was a little bit of confusion about the timing on this. This is not a one-day event. This is not like a one-a-week event. Demos are usually available for a very long time, even after the game releases. Like, I'm pretty sure you can still go play the Street Fighter 6 demo. Tekken 8 demo will be available for a very long time as well. A tweet from Harada says this demo version is not the full product that will be released. The demo version contains minimal content, but the full version will offer the largest volume and highest quality experience in the series. It's really interesting. A lot of people doubted how much Tekken 8 will do because of course Tekken 7, it didn't really offer that much. But now we see the true potential of what Tekken 8 has to offer. I've been saying for years that Tekken 8 will be legendary, and just seeing that statement holds true so many years after it was said, it's just fire. Over the past week, Tekken 8 has done a few things that is pretty major. The media tour transformed into something greater than I can even imagine. An incomprehensible amount of gameplay has flooded the internet, as well as almost a 13-minute preview of the first chapter of Tekken 8. There are some content creators who played more, all the way up till 5 chapters. That's insane, but the public, us, we got to play a small part of the first chapter. They also announced a demo. We're looking at Tekken 8's official Japanese website. It has been updated a lot since all of this information was made public. Scrolling down a little more, you see all 32 characters. You can click on them and get a little bit more information about them. You can see the title, genre, platform, players, offline, up to 16. I don't know what that means. They have not explained what this up to 16 players offline is. I don't know if this has to do with tournaments or what this is. Scrolling back up to the top, skipping past both the movie, which is just a trailer, the character, which is just the roster, and then the battle, which is just explaining the heat system, jumping into the modes, you can see here at the top. Offline pretty much only has the Super Ghost AI and Arcade Quest within it, and then customization online and replay. You can't click on them. It's grayed out. But for the story section, here's where things get interesting. The story, Darkness Awakens, character episodes, and then previous Tekken series? What is that? When we scroll down to try to get an understanding of what the previous Tekken series is, it gets even more bizarre. Skipping past the synopsis of Tekken, The character episodes, which it says coming soon, I still am on the fence about this, but just seeing how excellent the story of Tekken is, I am leaning more towards the idea that the character episodes being non-canon is okay. As long as the whole roster appears in the main story and they get meaningful development, then I'm a-okay with the individual endings being non-canon. But here, you scroll down and it says previous Tekken series coming soon. No information about this whatsoever. Now there's a lot of theories swirling around what this may actually be. Some people believe that this may be a section purely dedicated to playing the full versions of past Tekken games, from Tekken 1, 2, 3, Tag 1, 4, 5, 6, Tag 2, Revolution, maybe even the Nina spinoff that they did at one point. I think that's kind of a stretch for them to put all of that in here. But if they did, it would be a blessing, because there's so many different Tekkens that a lot of people have not experienced. Because if you think about it, right, Tekken 7 kind of like brought back the Tekken franchise to the forefront. A lot of people, this is their first Tekken ever. We all are very passionate about Jun Kazama, but they have no clue who that is. So for them to be able to go back and experience the past games where this character made their debut would be excellent. Another theory that I'm seeing surrounding this previous Tekken series is that this is simply not the whole entire game, but just key moments that you will be able to experience. Let's call it a flashback mode of sorts. You can go back and experience when Jun Kazama fought Ogre, when Jipapi fought Kazuya. If they really want to get crazy, you can go back 2,000 years ago when Azazel was first sealed away by Zafina's ancestors. The possibilities for this is really endless, but you don't want to just get your expectations too high and just expect the world, because this is something that we pretty much know nothing about. We have 3 words to build all of our expectations off of and nothing less. As to when we could get some kind of hint as to what this is, my only prediction would be either the 30th anniversary of Tekken or the Tekken World Tour Finals. So far, there is no other events that's even scheduled, planned, or theorized to happen. I do want to mention, if you guys, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you guys seen the leak that happened probably a month ago, it was very big. That thing has yet to be officially announced. When I watched the trailer and I saw Lars riding this motorcycle, I had a good idea of where that thing would fit in, but keep in mind, that's another thing that we're waiting to be announced. So Tekken 8, even though they're showing all this stuff, they have some heat still left up their sleeves.
Some of the design elements to notice are the kind of black smoke-like elements coming out of Kazuya's back that kind of show off the devil wings, right? And then also you see fragments of a chain around Jin and Kazuya, and this kind of shows the chain that binds them to their individual fates, right?
While we're on the topic of Street Fighter and things that Tekken 8 should be learning from, 2 days ago, they revealed their character usage data. You guys know how important usage data is to me. I always reference the unofficial data that was posted to Reddit many years ago. It's outdated now, but I still hold on to it. The fact that Street Fighter is always given current usage data, I hope Tekken does the same thing. It says, see how popular each character is based on ranked and control type. At the top of all 3, you have Ken, followed by Ryu and Luke, Cammy and Juri, and then from there, it's just a free-for-all for the top 10 spot. I hope Tekken 8 does something like this, just with the way that they're changing a lot of characters, the new characters they added, I would love to see how they stack up against one another, and I hope the developers share that information with us. Now let's take a turn and talk about some tweets from Harada. On Twitter, Harada was talking about how they wanted to do Donald Trump as a character in Tekken. That was just like an idea that they had. It briefly came and went. It says, me and Michael Murray were in San Francisco the night Donald Trump won the presidential election. I remember I asked him, which is Michael, if I recall correctly, there's no licensing fee for making characters good or games about the president of the United States. Is there? There's a lot of buzz around it, so why don't we put him in the game? Now, I know politics is very sticky and you really don't want to get involved, but I think it's so interesting. I wonder if this somehow inspired the concept of Lydia and then maybe later down the road Sanchez. The rest of the tweet says, I was talking about it. Michael and I had a blast talking about Trump's fighting style, the rage art idea for a moment, then cooled down and sealed the idea. When I did seal the idea, because the driver of the Uber we were in at the time started blasting off at 200 kilometers per hour while calling out F Donald Trump. They got a dose of reality and quickly put that idea in the past. While we're on the topic of Harada, he was traveling around the world and he went to this, I don't know what it actually is. It's kind of like a award ceremony. While he was there, he met the actor who's playing Blade. They were on stage with one another taking pictures. While they were taking pictures on stage, Harada took his fighting pose and then the Blade actor took his fighting pose, and guess who it is? It's the fighting style of Eddy. Just seeing how they don't have Eddy on the roster, yet you have the guy who's playing Sanchez says that Eddy's his favorite character. You have this guy who's doing the Blade character. He's doing the Eddy pose and is talking about how Eddy is such an inspiration to him. I get that they want to sell the character as DLC, but I'm really feeling like that was a mistake. This character is such a big part of Tekken, and them putting money before what the players want. I hope this